Hi, welcome to another art log. I'm doing another cowboy game Tempera illustration, a watercolor sketch of an hippogriff, and I color and ink in one of my sketchbooks. This is another illustration I'm making for my Western game alphabet illustration set. It's Arthur Morgan again, one of the protagonists. I'm working on the letter B. In this case, B is for beard. It could also be for barbershop, but I really wanted to emphasize his beard. In the game, if you buy hair tonic, the beard and hair of the character can grow really long. So that's what I'm trying to portray in this piece. I did the drawing on a toned mixed media piece of paper. I wanted the character to be inside the barber shop. There's one in one of the cities of the game, Saint Denis, and the interior walls are red. That's the one I chose to paint. I added the barber sign just as an extra. I am using egg tempera for the painting. I start by adding it in a watercolor way, just to get the main colors first, and focus on the values later. I wanted the barber to be very impressed by the beard, but I think I may have gotten his expression too creepy instead. Anyway, he's supposed to be very admiring of the beard. I exaggerated it as much as I could. I wanted to add more curly hair on it, but I was afraid it may come across like Medusa's hair, you know? Or like the pirate LeChuck's beard. It's always moving around, like it has a life of its own, so it kind of grossed me out, so I didn't add that many long curls away from the main beard mass. Anyway, it's still very exaggerated. This time I did the top view again, and I think I got the settings for the recording better. At first, I tried to paint the eyes of the barber really big to show surprise. It wasn't working too well, so I ended up painting them smaller in the end. One of the elements that took a long time was the wall. Thinking about it, I feel like it took me a lot to finally get the solid color I wanted. But I think it's because, unlike the faces or the hair of the characters, it's just dull to paint a flat wall. I also ended up changing one of the fingers' position of the barber. In the end, I think the hand of the barber is not too good. But well, live and learn. Like usual, I went with a vignette look for it. In digital, I added the words B is for beard in the Western cowboy font. I am painting the Hippogriff from Hogwarts Legacy now. This is another Fantastic Beasts sketch that I'm doing in order to fill one of my Hogwarts Legacy books. I only have one more Fantastic Beast, and I would have painted all of the ones you can get in the game. I'm just focusing on the ones you can own in-game. There are dragons in the game, and the big wolves too, but since you can't really add those to your vivarium in the room of requirement, I'm not including them. I made the drawing on mixed media paper. This time I'm just planning on doing a watercolor painting. I want to be adding gouache or markers like I usually do. I feel like practicing watercolors. And I am using my Harry Potter watercolors too. I just mixed some dark blue and black, and I added it first as a very watery layer so the values aren't too dark. Then I added more paint progressively just to darken him. Even though the animal is black, it does reflect a lot the light surrounding it, so there's a lot of blue on the feathers from the sky. I added some green and browns on the shadow for the grass. After getting the values I wanted, I started inking the drawing. I wanted to define the details more. I also focused on making some of the shadows really black. Here we have the finished look, and here it is after I added it to my sketchbook. I drew a portrait on the left and a silhouette on the other page. This is my agenda sketchbook again. It's starting to bore me a lot, actually. So I figured I should try something different with it. It's why I decided to add some color. I am using some highlighters to color on it. Because they don't seem to bleed through the pages, I figured it'd be okay. They are just regular office supply highlighters. I don't have any fancy colors, just the basics. So I had to mix the pink and orange to get a better red for the hair. A lot of the colors aren't too great, but it's okay because I just want to try something new on this sketchbook. I have also decided to leave some of the drawings on this sketchbook without inking them, just to add some variety on it. It's just starting to look so similar, one sketch after the other. I think it makes it very boring to look at. To break out the monotony, I decided to experiment with other materials. This lady is supposed to be some sort of sorceress. And here we have the finished sketch. It's not too great in my opinion, but at least it was fun to try and do something different. Thanks for watching and have a great day.